third in the standings, so straight out of Nepal, coming in on a bit of a hot streak here. So I'm definitely going to be watching them to see how things kind of progress. And there was also some really great action from some of our other teams as well. Dave, I got to give a little tip of the cap to the Golden Eagles as well. Is there anything that you remember from seeing them on the field, Golden Eagles?
I'm just hoping I don't curse them here this season. They got 3 days to make that next round. I know we got the cacao when they are doing good, but then when they're doing bad, they can't get out that slump, right? And that was my fear that we saw them in the past. So hopefully they were able to improve upon that here, PB.
Oh, I love it. Let's talk predictions a little bit, right? We've seen a little bit of a preview of the games. If we could throw the scoreboard up from last weekend a little bit, I want to cheat and kind of inform our opinions a little bit here. Maybe it informs our choices, but I want to see who did well kind of in phase number 1. So obviously our top 5 teams moved on. That's Titan Gaming, Super Lazy Reflex, straight out of Nepal. Taco Lovers, Levers? That's probably not their name, but Taco Lovers and the Panthers, they did play last weekend in order to qualify here. But theoretically, they are the lower seeds, right? They had to play in just to make it to this point where our teams that are here already are the higher seeds that either won tournaments or placed highly in PMPL last year in order to be here. So we'll see how it shakes out. But coming to you, Enigma, I would love to have your pick for game 1 and see who you're thinking might do well in our first game of PMSL qualifiers.
Well, if we're going off just this graphic alone, I'd obviously be going with Titan Gaming. I mean, they have over 100-point lead, it seems, coming to second place. But it's like you said, these people had to compete in phase 1. They weren't in that phase 2, that higher ranking grouping. So if we're taking the whole sort of lobby together, I'm going to be looking at ICU Gaming taking the first map. The team that's been together the longest, that to me has the best sort of consistency and fragging potential compared to these other teams that just started to develop as a team this year.
I like the pick. ICU's got some studs on the roster again. We'll see how they do on Sandhawk. Dave, I will throw to you for your pick here on predictions. You always come with an off the wall pick. Not necessarily. Going with the front runners, but I will say, Dave, you seem to have good luck because you dig into the back pocket, you pick a team that no one's thinking is going to do hot, and then all of a sudden they win the tournament or do crazy things. So I'm coming to you. Who are you thinking is going to take the cake here in game number 1?
Yeah. Luck though, PB, I'm offended. All right, I called the zombie. Boys for like 3 seasons of the Titan series, and they popped off. No one believed. So. Zombie Boys not here to qualify, so I'm going to swap it up to another kind of spicy pick. I'm going with 3 Sheep Gaming, and the reason being is because chatted with QZZ in Hollow just a little bit before the matches here today, and they told me, listen, Dave, the whole squad, we are all in. We're giving it our all here this weekend. And you know me, I love to see these teams, those players with that passion, that fire in their stomach here, PB.
I like the pick, Dave. I like the pick. And 3 Sheep Gaming, it just makes me want to do crazy things like, I don't know. You might get a few of those from me. Last season of the Titan series, it was Cacao with the Golden Eagles. We're going to get some Boz on the here for 3 Sheep Gaming. For my prediction, it comes down a little bit to roster, I guess. I don't know. I'm losing the words, Dave. I don't know.
Chemistry.
The makeup of the roster, the players. Obviously the people that are on there, comes down to that, but it comes down to map for me. We're starting off on Sandhawk. We're in the jungle, and I really want to take a peek at who is strong there. And for me, that's the same team that I highlighted on the way into this, and that's Super Lazy Reflex. They have some former In-Hyper players that have come over. Obviously, they've given some strats to the team, but they were a team that was already incredibly strong. So Super Lazy Reflex is my pick. And again, they had 3 chicken dinners in Phase 1 last weekend. They didn't have quite the consistent performance that Titan Gaming did, but it was incredibly strong. And we're the only team to win on every single map. So again, I have high hopes for SLR coming into this weekend's action, and we'll see if they're able to deliver. So with that, the match predictions, you can see them on screen. We've got SLR for Powerbang, got 3 Chiefs Gaming for Mustache Dave, and ICU Gaming for Enigma. We'll obviously keep track of this stuff as the event goes on. And, a little wager here, Dave, Enigma, you guys think you can... got enough to beat me when it comes to predictions?
I mean, you got facts. You got historical data behind yours. I'm just going off the fact that there are some sheep out here on the battlefield. So I don't know, PB.
Well, fair enough, Dave. It may not be scientific, but what I will say is I have been known to curse some teams. So SLR, I'm sorry in advance. Enigma, you got to be jumping into Sandhawk here on the first game. It's the smallest map. There's a lot of, I think the players prefer playing on, the traditional Aragel and the Mira bars. And, they might psych themselves out a little bit. Talk to me about some of your keys for battle here for this first game.
Listen, I mean, at Sandhawk, you're going to have to start something strong. And with the whole sort of elimination format we're in now, Sandhawk's the best map for you to kind of break the ice, maybe shake off any sort of nerves or, I guess, wool, if you're, 3 Chiefs Gaming sort of thing for Dave and stuff like that. But I think you noted the best team outside of, obviously, my pick for match number 1 because N-Hyper, so to speak, where they had Koi, they had Kindness. That squad was such a dominant factor over the last year on PMPL NA in those Americas tournaments and even in PMGC and stuff like that. They were able to really strive on Sandhawk. So hopefully they're able to show up here tonight. And like you said yourself, they're the only team from this previous phase where they were able to win on every single match. And that itself is a feat in itself because you're going to need to learn how to play every map. It's not just the Erangel and the Miramars you need to get wins on.
I love it. Well, while we wait for some of these players to get out of the bathroom and onto the battlegrounds right now, I'd love to throw up the team list here in just a moment and talk about the journeys for some of these folks to get here, right? Obviously there was Phase 1 last weekend where 5 teams we know played their way in, but we had some teams obviously already qualify and they're here. So as we take a peek at the list, we've got 4 bros that are participating. Again, they purchased a slot from Passion Fruit, who participated in the 2023 PMPL, did obviously super well. We've got Black Mamba, which again, this was the Titan Series Season 4 Women's Champion, so that's super cool. They do have some men on the roster, but I believe their whole starting squad is still women here for this tournament. We've got Dauntless getting their way in through the Titan Series in Season 4's Premier Division, so that's how they made it in. Golden Eagles coming in through the PMPL in 2023. We've got ICU that made it through PMPL 2023. Same with KR Esports. We've got Nemesis. We have a direct invite that went out to Nemesis, so they are here and getting an opportunity to prove it on the Battlegrounds. I feel like J7, Spec, Telly for Nemesis, they are going to have some pressure to prove that they belong. Some of these other teams might be looking at them like, hey, why are these guys here? But I'm excited. I think they definitely have that championship pedigree and should be here, right? Like, I think it's a great opportunity for them, though, to prove it on the Battlegrounds. We have Reality, who is also coming in through PMPL North America in 2023. We also have Straight Out of Nepal again. They qualified this last phase. Strangers BD, no strangers to the Battlegrounds. We've seen them running through the circuit in esports for a while in the region. They did qualify through PMPL 2023. SLR, again, made it through phase 1 along with Taco Lovers. We got Team Control coming in. They were previously known as Extreme Slayers. So for those of you guys that know Extreme Slayers, well, you might want to be rooting for Team Control this season. And then obviously the Panthers rocking a new roster. They did make it through phase 1. And then 3 Sheep Gaming, led by, none other than QCZ over there. They also made it through PMPL 2023 in North America. And then Titan Gaming. These guys are studs. They made it through phase 1. And they have been smashing people. Again, Enigma, I'll throw it to you for here in just a second. But Titan Gaming absolutely crushed last weekend. Phase 1. They were so far out in front on day 1 and day 2 that they just kind of threw it on day 3, screwed around a little bit. I think they had 3 or 4 games where they got like 1 point or less. So not exactly a stellar performance on day 3, but they still led by, there was only 1 team within 100 points of them. That's got to do something to the psyche of some of these other teams. Talk to me a little bit about, what they might be looking at on Titan Gaming.
Well, Titan Gaming itself, it's kind of that sort of relief. You're able to take a step back and be like, we're still going to be able to have fun with this. I think they understand as well that even if they go over that 100-point mark, it's not going to help them coming into phase 2. It's just other teams below them are going to really have to take their sort of notebook out and do notes on Titan Gaming, on all these other tier 1 teams that are in the second phase of the tournament, because like Nemesis, like ICU, they all coming in here with a game plan. They just got to watch you guys play all this sort of stuff. They're doing their research, and now you're having to go against essentially the Goliaths of NA. So if you're anyone other than Titan Gaming coming from phase 1, I think you're going to really have to be worried and make sure that you're crossing all of your T's and dotting your I's to make sure that you don't look like a fool out there on the battlefield.
Absolutely. It makes tons of sense. I'm curious to see if they can keep it going because it was such a dominant display over those first 3 days last weekend. Can they keep it up this weekend? We'll see if that's the case or not. I'm excited, though. I think that their fan base should be here in the chat. What's up, Titan Gaming's fan base? They always show out super strong. With that, Dave, again, any final thoughts here? I know the lobbies are loading up. We are just about to take off here for our first game on Sandhawk. Then these guys will be in the saddle, ready to go, ready to rock here for kicking off 2024 esports. I'm super excited, but again, love to get some thoughts from you, Dave.
Yeah, super pumped up. I mean, there's a lot of pressure heading into this weekend. We got 3 days, 6 games per day, 18 games. And then after that next lobby, 250K is on the line. So this is a huge opportunity for a lot of these players. And I hope them all the best of luck here. Game 1 is so important to really get to a good start here in the weekend and kind of build that momentum like you put it here, PB. And kind of going back to Enigma, I know we'll chat about it on cast here a little bit here. I almost feel like the teams that played in phase 1 are a little more warmed up, a little more ready to go, and might even have slightly an advantage over those teams that didn't have the opportunity. But we'll see here very shortly, Enigma.
I'm excited. It sounds like the players are just about kitted up, ready to head into the game. So Dave and Enigma, I'm going to leave this bad boy with you. I'm super excited to be kicking off Pubg Mobile Esports for North America in 2024. Here we go. Game 1 is live. Dave, take it away.
Let's go. Game number 1. We got 18 here this weekend, Enigma. The Pubg Mobile Super League North America 2024 qualifiers, baby. Let's get into it.
I mean, we always got to be into it. We're starting with the map that everyone loves to watch because there's always mayhem off zone 1, even off drop, to say the least. And I know looking at some of the teams sending me screenshots and stuff like that, there was a lot of banter back and forth. There's a lot of different teams looking to take these sort of hot drops. I'm looking at Paradise. I'm looking at that southern side of the map for Sandhawk. At least each of the maps, of course, in the first day typically have those sort of contests, those hot drops from other teams. I'm interested to see who all is doing it here. But for the most part, the playing path's pretty nice. For Sandhawk Day, we're going straight down from the north all the way down south, so everyone should be able to reach every part of the map. And for the most part, for game one, I'm really just looking to see who's able to actually warm up and get those elimination points going.
Yeah, I know we had a couple scrims going on here yesterday to kind of warm it up here, but that's scrims, this is the lobby. Yeah. This is where it counts, and of course you could be nice and kind of share your drop spot ahead of time as well, like you mentioned in that graphic. But sometimes teams do debate each other. Sandhawk, maybe match 1 of 18. So I got to ask you, what are we expecting here this weekend, man? I mean, because you used to be on the battlefield back in the day. So kind of talk me through a player's mindset here, game number 1.
I think for the most part, especially with game 1, you're wanting to make sure that you're not the first player eliminated in the lobby, because every pro team is going to send you messages like, haha, you were the first team eliminated in the finals for qualifiers for a LAN event. I remember Carnage had received lots of DMs from PEC and stuff like that back in the day, being the first eliminated. Everyone's got that sort of track record in some way. And unfortunately, it looks like actually off screen during the drop, Black Mamba lost. Two players. So hopefully that team is able to maybe string a few elimination points. But back to what you asked me, these players need to come in with this new point format that's been here for the last year or so. These 10 points for first place. You need to make sure that you're at least getting some eliminations. Win those
definitely
team fights.
Would be a good feeling too. Right, just to kind of get into game number 1 and leave with a ton of eliminations in the pocket. So let's see what will unfold. Looks like Dauntless already with 1. In the pocket, and they're not quite on out of it yet. That's going to be the Golden Eagles down there, downrange. Claw's going to be taking some shots over there. Looking for some action, but underestimating the Golden Eagles spread right here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on. Maybe he thought it was a Black Mambas player. Payne obviously has an elimination earlier on. But I think they just kind of bit off more than they could chew, not recognizing where they all dropped. Because if you're dropping down, I mean, you're able to move so quickly in the parachute and kind of veer off. So maybe he thought they were lumped together more, being exposed, obviously getting knocked. And I think the rest of his team's not going to be able to save him at all. So this should be a free little elimination point for the Golden Eagles to start off game 1.
Let's go, baby. So things are already heating up here. Like you said, players like to get into match number 1, get some eliminations, really get it warmed up and ready to go. So Dauntless, Claw's probably going to bleed out over there. Trying to look around. Where are their teammates? Looks like Dauntless kind of went for... a 2-2 split almost, as a couple of their squad mates are in Camp Alpha. They're going to be safe for the time being, but they're going to be down a couple members. Here's Nemesis. Though looking to take the fight really early on. But the squad, Wiperino.
They're done.
Oh!
Yeah, I mean, they didn't have 2 of the elimination points on the Nemesis. Roster, and Forbros, they were a team that made it to this point and stuff like that, and then you just Nemesis, like you said, they were invited to this portion of the tournament, making it look easy on match number 1. So if you're any of these sort of teams where you're maybe hoping Nemesis didn't have a solid game 1, it looks like they're ready for today.
Listen, man, that experience coming in clutch, they know for a fact you want to come into match number 1 and, like you said, get a couple eliminations. Good placements, and finish strong here to get that momentum, those juices flowing here. And, well, 4 eliminations right off the bat here, Enigma. That's a good start, man. That's a great start here, and I'm glad I highlighted them, all right? Gassing it up a little bit out here, just saying.
Hey, come on. ICU's going to come in later on. Hopefully I'm not gas or cursing them, but, we've all got our picks saved. You got to let the match play out. I know PB's punching the air. Not seeing SLR get 4 free eliminations off the bat, but we're still only game 1. Still got a lot of games left today, but right now, I mean, the Taco Lovers are kind of favorite in terms of the logo and the name.
Yep.
Kind of just chilling over at boot camp, vibing for
Taco
the time
Thursday
being.
out here instead of Taco Tuesday. I see. Okay, we're starting a new bet out here. Ooh, SLR. In the elimination feed onto Strangers BD, so SLR are going to be getting a good start here, as well as we are going to be looking at Taco Thursday, big chillin', getting some nice intel over here. I mean, this is a good spot. It looks like they're setting up for a nice little camperino, center. Map, split around boot camp. A ton of sight lines here, and now those sight lines coming into play, playing in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, nice shots out of Dur. Excuse me if I said that wrong, but Dur now actually almost getting a second player knock, so elimination point already onto the KR Esports squad. Really kind of just downplaying, I guess, the squad's rotations and stuff like that. Taco Lovers, though, actually aggressing onto the hill on the KR Esports. I'm not sure if this is really going to be anything they want to take, Dave.
I don't know. I mean, Taco Thursday is feeling it out here. KR, they're going to be grouped up a little better over there. Looks like they're going to be tossing some smoke. Because now Taco Thursday within grenade range, 24K on the off angle, trying to catch them off guard on that boulder. I mean, they got them locked down here. It looks like Lovers trying to capitalize on their advantage here, Enigma.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like 24K actually was able to prone up, cooking the nades. You could see it awesome spectate mode by the way. But KR Esports, now they're down to 2 players. I think they're just going to have to cut the losses. They're leaving Wish down in the dirt. They're driving off away. And Taco Lovers being able to hold this southern part of boot camp on the hill, making it look easy on Sandhawk.
Making it look easy. You love to see it from the Taco Lovers here, getting one elimination, but you can tell they're playing with confidence. You can tell that the team communication is flowing right now, just how they executed that.